おはようございます。
Sork Plebs next played Ohio for 50 channel points.
And then I said, that's not a mesh, that's my wife!
Come on now.
Eden wants me to remind you of the vertical canvas.
What? I obviously was going to remember the vertical canvas. What are you talking about? Thank you, Eden.
What?
Eden. Booked you on a cute snoot.
Also, I don't know if I started or ended by accident the shared chat. I'm sorry. I saw a button, so I accidentally clicked it.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
know that guests could end it, so I've turned it back on.
There shouldn't be, but apparently they can now.
Alright. How we doing, chat?
Everyone.
We have an Eden in chat, and I saw Pleb Snacks in earlier with the Ohio. How you doing, y'all?
Well, everyone. Ohio.
What's it called again?
I don't know. I'm called Maho usually.
You know what? Let's start with that. Maybe we can introduce yourself when
Wet
I...
paper bag played
Glam
Ohio
bum.
for 50 channel points.
Oh boy.
Hi. Hello, my name is Amy the Randa. I play King, who plays Caldera. She is an Azarkedi kineticist still, I think?
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
But now I have spells, except I don't have spells.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, so in between this session and last, I wanted to take a dedication that apparently I'm not allowed to take because of the way that we do the character sheet. So I might just have to completely redo my entire character sheet. But yes, I am a fish girl. I am very lesbian. I have a bird girl girlfriend, and she is the best. Now, who should we introduce next?
Amy,
I
what?
think your girlfriend.
Amy, why the other people are introducing themselves? I'm going to send you the link, and we can work it through.
Okay, so hi, I'm Monochrome Joker, aka Maho, aka your local girl failure, and today's Prime EP girl. I play Soleil, a Phoenix Harpy, or in other words, I'm a chicken nugget. That is.
And she is delicious.
And yeah, she is. She's apparently in a relationship with a fish princess. She doesn't know how she managed to land such a big catch, but she did.
Yeah, she is constantly trying to figure out how she got such a great and amazing and pretty and clever bird girl girlfriend. How did she land such a catch?
A big wad, hopefully. Big fishing quad, hopefully.
Not anymore. She took a potion of greater gender change. See if I can find the spells I wanted while the next person introduces themselves.
Yeah, that's all. Oh, also, I'm usually the lore keeper. So, in other words, I don't take any notes, but I still am obligated to remember what happened last session. I still do, so don't worry. Next person.
We've introduced one couple. I say we introduce the next couple. Than, why don't you talk about your axe for a little bit?
Hi, I'm Abby. I play Than, the Goblin Barbarian. She used big fuck off axe to kill people. Oh, I should also say she's bisexual. Yeah.
Good for her.
That means she's attracted to all genders and weaponry.
Yeah.
I guess it's me next. Oh.
I guess so. Yeah.
I play a little elf boy named Elian, who, despite his youthful looks, is actually much older than he lets than he looks.
Look at this little bastard.
Yeah. Very playful. Very playful personality. And I forget what class I am now, so it's not only just
Magus.
changed.
This.
A
Yeah,
magus.
Magus. Eden is the great fun.
And I like to hurt people by laying on hands.
Oh, by the way, I learned something like this too now.
What's that?
So I got inspired by your brutal lay on hands. So I took the spell heal, but not because I really want to heal my friends, but because undead creatures take damage from the heal spell.
That's just reminded me. We did a little
Bisexual. Love it. That's amazing.
About that.
yeah.
Over.
Do I have the item that I requested for this session yet or not?
Is it another fucking spoon?
No. You will get it before anything big happens. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Possibly because I forgot I have an idea of an item I want to give you, so, teehee.
Oh god.
Tee-hee, you say?
Yes, all the
Indeed.
T's and all the He's.
This section brought to you by the
Okay.
trans-masculine section of our audience. All the T's, all the He's.
Right. So, today...
Should I recap what happened last time?
Yes, please.
Okay. I had the feeling of you being distressed and wanted this to happen. Okay. So last time we finally arrived in the city we wanted to go to. We got Delicans, the peoples. Amy.
Delicate.
Not delicate. Delicate is someone that is like
Delegate.
careful. Like when people come to you and they're like the
delegate.
Delicate. Okay.
With a G. Delegate.
They welcomed us, and there was a big crowd of people that were happy to see a princess, and then signing things and having a chat with those two men, a necromancer, not demon necromancer, but a necromancer appeared, tried to cause mayhap. We punched the shit out of him, and then we got into the carriage to go to the castle. Hopefully, finally, the prince, I think it was the prince that couldn't welcome us in person, is there and can us explain what the shit is going on.
Yes, Prince, what the shit is going on?
Quite so. One moment. As the party comes down the streets of the city, you see a bunch of lot of monotone buildings. There isn't much color in the buildings, but you notice that the people are much more colorful.
Everything looks like it's filled with a ruler.
Yes, everything is built with a ruler with just, very basic, finesses in the corners and whatnot. This carriage you're driving in, it's kind of the equivalent of the Homer from the Simpsons episode where he designs a car.
The Homer.
Sorry. Hold up. I don't think I've seen that episode.
He meets his brother and he ruins him by building a car and calls it the Homer.
Yes, his brother says, we need to make a car for the average American, and then points at Homer and says, I can't think of anyone more average looking than that guy. Make what he wants.
I'll send it in a campaign shot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If you've ever played any Simpsons video games, that is the optional car that you can unlock at the end of it.
Yeah, and as the advice Gregory is giving most people the lay of the land. Octavian, lean forward, you have the discussion in the private DM, in the group chat I play.
Yes, Octavian says, man, your colleagues are shit. And I was like, yeah, I agree, but they're good with axes.
Yeah. So quite after, a few minutes of like these supernatural straight roads, like it feels weird. The gone.
Ew, gross. Straight.
Yeah.
Sorry, the joke had to be made.
Absolutely.
Hey, if you're bi, that means you're half straight. You're the minority here, madam.
Anyway, the wagon or carriage, I mean. First, they stopped by a building. I don't have any art because it's really hard to, find good art of this. But it is basically imagine a block of like stone and metal. With just enough like gothic details for it not to be like, and there are a few arches. It is quite a nice building, and the advisor Gregory looks at the rest of it like, this is where I got objects off. The search will require a report of this attack. If there is anything that you guys need, he will handle it. And he motions to Octavian, who just sits there with his hands steepled. Anybody who wants can make me either a society or a religion check.
Society, you say? That sounds like my giblets.
Go for us.
Proficiencies. Let me figure out what you're up to, Magic Man.
Amy, before you roll,
Yeah,
give yourself a +1.
A +1, you say? +1 circumstance. That is 19 total.
Yeah. Anybody else want to do the roll?
I could do society as well.
Yeah, so I could do that too. 27.
Ignore mine.
Yeah. Elian, I'm gonna start with you. You recognize this thing as a kind of a search, but you can't put your finger on it because religion hasn't really been your thing. Everybody else would know that this is both a church and an institution in these lands.
So just as Cal starts talking down to Elian, Soleil just starts talking and doesn't shut up. With that 27.
Yeah, I'm too distracted with coughing up blood.
Oh yeah,
No,
you
healed
kind
you.
of.
Yeah, we healed you to our best abilities.
And
Alright, that's a
I'm
point.
still coughing up blood.
We've lost all of our healers. I should probably pick a healing spell, shouldn't I?
No, I have heal. I've literally picked the healing spell. Don't worry, I'm doing the healing. I'll do the burning.
Cauterize that throat. Go, go.
What the people here would like the people who succeeded, aka everybody that's not alien, you would know that this is the local Celestial Court branch. The Celestial Court is like the continental religion of this place. And it's also this is also the headquarters of, among other things, the Celestial Inquisition, and the Cult of Steel. Basically fanatics who are, who are known to cause a bit of trouble outside of the rules and ranks. All of this is
You do a little
explained by
poem.
Soleil in very flowery languages. I imagine. Have you?
Yes, but-
Said they do a little trolling.
Yeah, so Soleil's just like happily explains that, and then she just suddenly says, "Oh yeah, I think outside of this country, they're called fanatic bastards. At least that's the term I heard most of the time."
I can immediately cover her mouth in the presence of a fanatic bastard.
She said, "Outside of this country, she heard they were called this. It's not that she's calling them that."
Yes, absolutely does not reflect the views of.
She then looks at Caldera, and then gestures that she should take the hand down because she stopped talking after talking into Caldera's hand for solid half a minute.
I take the hand
she's
off and
like-
pat you on the head instead.
Yeah, she's just like, I meant this is what I heard. I do not share those mindsets.
This
then
does
she
not
looks at
reflect the
Caldera.
opinions of the Amy the Randa channel.
Yeah, she looks
Yeah.
at Caldera with puppy eyes if she said it correctly. Pretty sure Caldera trained this exact sentence with her.
Good girl, a little more believable next time, and I think you're getting it.
Captain Octavian just unspeaks with his hands and looks at you like, she goes like, listen. The amount of trouble that the Cult of Steel has caused for this beautiful nation can't be described in just words. If it's up to me, they would not have such a highly prestigious place.
I see. So you also think they're fanatic bastards. Got it.
Less bastards, but clearly fanatics. I don't like religious fanatics. That's not the principle.
Soleil, my dear, what did I tell you about saying the quiet part out loud?
No. And he holds up a hand just don't express these views in front of the king, and you should be fine.
Are we likely to meet the king?
Quite certainly. You are, of course, the heir apparent of a neighboring kingdom, and your consort and companions, of course, honor guests of the Wolfen.
You see dread wash over Caldera's face as he says consorts and honored guests.
Dan's just like, wow, I'm an honored guest. Feels nice.
People like me as a concert. Soleil likes the taste of fish fingers. Keep the hand where it is. We had a very detailed discussion on how sex between those two is working.
I imagine it requires a great deal of concentration.
Oh, you would be surprised. So Layden just smiles and hugs Caldera. You will do great. I know that because you're the smart one.
Yes, I'm sure
Like,
I
the
will
socially
do.
smart one.
I'm sure I will do wonderfully. Yes. And then she just looks around and doesn't say the quiet part out loud.
Hang on, I'm not going to fix this. Yeah. After a while, as you say, you don't say the quiet part out loud. Coincidentally, at the front of the building is a person clad in full heavy armor. In his right hand, he holds a big warhammer. And in his left hand, he holds a throne. Just Okay, nobody here understands him except for Caldera. Because you understand like basic wolfing. And it basically boils down that we need that, we need to go up north and burn all the demons out. Basically just extremely fanatic.
It just like looks at Caldera and like, what did he say? Should I try to translate it? Was it something bad?
Let's just say it's not an opinion we share in Triton anymore.
Ah. Okay, so we don't do anything against it?
Not publicly, no.
I see. Got it.
After a little more while, the wagon or the carriage, they stop at the edge of the Castle Wolfen complex. I'm sorry, Castle Björnholm, I mean. This is a map from the game to Fairy King 3. I think it was really fitting. Lovely. As the carriage just makes it up here, and you step out from the castle on the hill here. There are some attendants that comes out, and Caldera notices this immediately because, let's take a moment, because all the attendants here are also Asaketi, dressed in the colors of the Triton Kingdom.
That is very surprising to Caldera.
Yeah. I had a digestive earlier today, like half an hour ago, and it didn't work well with my throat apparently. One of the helpers that comes out is a person that hang on, let me copy this name and change the token name because I realized that the token name is outdated. It is a person that Caldera recognized. It's Melody Sykes. And for anybody who don't remember, she was in the Hero Day celebration.
Caldera almost sprints up to her and does the "oh my god, Mel" thing, but then she realizes that she is in the presence of her people and composes herself and walks over. Melody.
Caldera, and she also makes a small noble. It is very clear that she also just wants to hug you.
Yes, we have done this dance a lot of times.
Yes. Actually,
You must keep up appearances, but wish to embrace.
Actually, let me do something. Please continue. But hang on, yes. Yeah, she will just nod and look at the rest of the party and just like, so I take it these are your honored bodyguards. Isn't that right?
Yes, my procession, whom I trust entirely.
Very good. And she makes a small courtesy to like the rest of you. You managed to resist the urge to hug her and do your like usual dance or like what you want to do. She smiles a little bit, but Caldera can instantly hear this is not a real smile. This is a pain smile.
So like looks at her and like looks at Caldera like, am I allowed to speak to her? Like, it's just like this like look between them because she's not certain if she's allowed to now. But like,
I am very happy, Miss Sykes, that you have managed to make your way here safely. Please address my party with such concerns as you have.
Quite so. And
She does not have the same level of will to stop herself slapping Soleil on the arse and pushing her forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like she looks at because when I remember correctly, she was with the old like Triton man that was like
Seneschal.
And she's like, I hope you're doing well. Where's the old man we're always around with?
Yes, how is Mr. Seneschal?
She looked at her a little bit like because she was interrupted, but now she is smart because this is standard. Why did you pick that name of Oleg? He is fine. He is currently in the blue room because we are here as a delegation of the Triton Kingdom.
Oh boy, we're gonna get to see Seneschal again.
Amy.
Yes.
Give me a society check.
A society check?
Those like escape the Triton Kingdom too.
That is 14 on them.
Something smells fishy, and it's not Caldera's ass.
From what you could gather from that message, this is a diplomatic mission from the new princess to the king, because, you know, there are diplomats all over the place, don't worry about it.
I would like to check on her too. She smells fishy to me.
Sure,
and I'm
okay.
$28.
Yeah, you can instantly tell that that may be the official story, but unofficially she is on the run because she supported the heir apparent.
Okay, so she's like us.
The rightful ruler is how you say that.
Yes.
So Lay
Cal manages to bite her tongue.
Yeah, so Lay just looks her in the eyes. She has like at least like an uncomfortable amount of eye contact for her with a moment, and she just smiles. Oh, it's so nice to meet other delegates like us here. I hope you enjoy your stay. And then she looks at Caldera. I'm pretty sure that we also have things to tend to, and at a later point in time, we can all sit together and have a more comfortable conversation over a cup of tea.
Yes, perhaps one in a less public setting.
She holds up her hand and smiles like, believe me, there will be a more private setting soon enough. Who are, if I may ask, who are your other friends? As she looks over both of your shoulders to Elian and the Sun.
They met us already. They met us on the Hero Day thing. So they met like the entire party.
Unofficially, you have met each other. This is two opposed faces right now.
Yeah, I think Cal just like very quietly explained that to Soleil and puts a hand on both Than and Elian's heads. These are my royal protectors. They are the brawn of the party, as it were. Again, she's putting a hand on their heads, down about 3 feet. The brawn of the party, she repeats herself.
Maybe just smiles with a note that as the old story say, size doesn't matter, it is how you use things.
Soleil's about to say something. You can see the way she looks that it will be something extremely inappropriate, and then she just like closes her mouth again.
I'm a self-imposed will save.
I'm also gonna do a will save.
It's not the size that matters. You see Cal open her mouth and then close it curtly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't bite off your hand for, pointing out how short I am.
Well, I'm gonna put my hand out and I try to say, "Elia, nice to meet you," but all that comes out is a gargle and a load of blood dripping down my face.
Is he
dear.
still dying? Can we get a medic?
Melody just smiles a little bit, and you can see her hand start to glow like a slight blue-green color as she, moves the hand up and wipes the blood away, and you are fully healed.
I used to be able to do that way back in the day, 3 weeks ago.
Time truly flies.
It does.
Logan, for us, of course, you could say a time swims, but that's an old saying I have never liked. Shall we go?
Cal chuckles awkwardly and directs the party onwards.
Yeah. As
He said, she is a pretty one, but she is not a funny one.
Fan looks at Caldera. Please do not do that again. I almost bit your hand off.
Do
But
you
you
think
don't have
that?
a-
Like, I was about to say something very inappropriate and we're only allowed to stay in the bedroom. That's what you told me.
hang
Very
on, let me
proud
check
of you.
something. The party walks like into the castle. Like, this is a place that has been, mentioned in like a bit of like legend of how barren it is. It takes a bit of a shock that this is the royal castle of one of the biggest nations in the world. And the walls are just barren. They are like very little in the way of decorations. And there's like one big like plush carpet and a few tapestries, but like there are very little in terms of painting, there are very little in terms of filigree and whatnot, etc.
Looks awful,
Quite Spartan.
is what you say.
It's very Spartan.
Fan just like, wait, what does Spartan mean? Where do I know this word from?
If you can make me a check.
Have
Well-
that word like this in German too. It's called Spartanisch. Like, we use it the same way. I think that's funny.
And if we start to go into the realms of how etymology is different in the fantasy world, then there's a lot of words we're not allowed to use anymore.
Yeah.
Etymology, for one.
Yeah, I jokingly go up to Fan and just give her a little kick in the back and whisper, "This is Sparta."
Yes, we once had a bard come to our castle and tell the story of the 300 warriors. What a great tale that was!
Oh, you mean Melody still sounds like which one? The 300 in the north or the 300 in the south? They are very different. Honestly, she sounds a little bit like, I don't know why, but 300 and 600 are numbers that come back over and over again. Must be.
I
something
believe
going on.
it was the great bard, Zack Schneider.
Okay. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. Anyway, and she walks you look to water.
She walks us to water. Finally, I'm parched.
Yeah. She opens a set of wooden doors, like two architected guards open the wooden doors to the blue room. Now, this is something that exists in Sweden, but I don't know if it exists much elsewhere. But, okay, fuck it. Imagine like a big spa kind of place, where like there's a big warm pool in the middle, and like on the side are like comfortable chairs and like different drying things and whatnot. It's also packed with architect attendants. Most of them are very scantily dressed because it's very warm in here. But they are here.
She is going to turn to the party and she's going to say, "A brief warning for your own good. You are about to meet Seneschal again. Do not let him say more than 2 sentences in a row." Okay, party onwards.
Sam giggling.
Hang on. Everybody.
Do not let him say more than 2 sentences in a row. Do not ask follow-up questions. Do not ever say the words "back in the day," "then," or "was." Do not use the past tense. Do not say of any of your exploits.
One minute. Oh, absolutely.
I agree, Elian's mother.
You're mugging this guy. Let me do something here real quick. I'm trying to figure out how to... Where are you? Where is she? Where is the button? There it is. I think this should work. Everybody roll me a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, shit.
I don't have perception.
Perception.
Wait, hang on. You should.
22.
0.
Yeah, we are all
Wait,
rolling that
I-
with a +0, apparently.
Yeah, I have a +7 in perception.
I
Okay,
have
I have
+8.
+10.
Hang on. Okay, maybe it is that the thing here.
You know, I have +6. Sorry.
Can we just all do math and just tell our
No,
rolls with the plus?
I have done the math already, but that's weird. I don't know why that happened. I'm going to try this. Please ignore if it has initiative, because this is a way we're learning the system. Please do that wrong.
Initiative?
Yeah, as I said, please ignore it.
Not let me click it.
I cannot click it. Doesn't work.
Okay.
Congratulations, everybody failed the assignment. He said ignore that one.
Yeah. I don't know why that is. Yeah, doesn't matter. Let's see here.
Why don't we just roll from our character sheets?
Yeah, in this case, you know what? I am feeling very generous right now. Elian, feel free to roll from your character sheet because you would have failed this check.
Okay.
I don't know why that doesn't work. I will check it later.
Yeah, if that's not
Yeah,
let me
what
roll
even
that for
work
you,
now?
I ditched that plug-in because it never seemed to work properly.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think it's about time I retired these guys.
I need to go to the bathroom real quick because this is going to be a voice that I also need to require water. You'll do a quick bit of roleplay while I'm gone.
Girl.
Yeah, hold on. Let me do another will save. Okay, I think Cal is practiced enough at being around scantily clad women, especially in a royal capacity, that she is able to just take a leering gaze that is unnoticed apart from those who appreciate it.
So you're saying you just stared ass the entire time?
Yes, but carefully and respectfully.
I am looking
I think-
respectfully. I am not looking disrespectfully at all. I am not violently drooling.
Yes, I think I'm gonna look around the room and just slowly introduce the few of them that I do recognize. I'm like, Soleil, that is Miranda. She is actually maybe I'd better not tell you about what she is. Oh, and that over there, that's Claire. She has got a lovely way with her fingers. You should see her do pottery. It's wonderful.
As you're pointing out
pottery.
people, everybody notices a bit of an oddity because in a corner, you notice at first that there are nobody there.
Ignore this, by the way.
Oh.
Ignore that. We're
Yeah.
testing something.
this is a small pool, more not a private one, but more of a side pool. It takes you first a moment to notice that the water isn't pure there, and then the smell comes to you. And
Did Seneschal piss in the water?
no, it's much worse. Because sitting in the pool, raising a hand, is no Celtic, the tactful merchant. The stinkiest in all of Erie. He raises a hand. The hand, even though it's wet, the thing please, eating your breath. Oh, Janine! Hello there! Hello! Come in!
Cal is going to engage her many, many years of royal training dealing with peasants, even with her nose upturned and in the correct pose, and is going to walk over.
Yeah, so
I'm just going to really quickly use the bathroom.
Yeah.
How do I change my dice again?
I don't remember. There are a thing you can do. I don't know right now.
Soleil goes up to him like, oh my god, how comes that you are here? And also, how comes you still smell even though you're sitting in the bathtub?
One moment. Let me do something real quick. Here we go. As you walk closer, the smell just gets stronger, and as no care, your smiles one like, you see, I'm here on a bit of trade, and the royal family wanted me to be a bit more of a presentable way, and he moves his hand in a quotation mark, very quote-unquote presentable. They don't like it when I think. Why are you here? Aren't you supposed to be in the southern lands?
See, we are also here because we have business to do here.
Very good.
Also, I raised in rank. I'm now a royal consort.
Oh, that's very good. Yes, indeed. Hang on, one moment. And he dips his face underneath, and one of the actively actively shudders as he stands next to the pool. The best example I can imagine is the Spirited Away scene.
What, the good old anime shaking?
Indeed.
The old anime recorded on VHS shake.
People will notice that one of the architects looks down at the water like, time to swap this, and he gave away hand motion, and the entire tiny pool of water floats up into the air, and goes up into a drain as fresh water is placed underneath. The catfolk is also placed in the water, and for once it is kind of not dirty.
Hi, how are you?
Tavia, mwah.
No thanks, just there's some good service here. Yes, I am here on a bit of business because, apparently, the adventurers saw that I sold some illicit items, and I had to go. Nothing too illicit, I should add. I'm not like that. But, some people just can't handle powerful magical items.
Powerful magical items, you say? Tell me, do you sell a fish trap of mighty blows? And then Jekyll from her shoulder just goes, Cal, you know you can't wield that. Stop asking.
Did you find anything interesting recently? Something that looks dangerous, mind-altering, or could bring world doom?
Are we talking this week or last week?
Both.
like he smiles and just, washes off, dips his head again, and he stands up, and you can't, it is like the anime fog thing, so you can't see anything, but he's very scrawny. And he goes as a matter of fact, yes, I did find stuff, but that would be for the king and his god. I don't like when you can't see their faces, You can't look into their eyes. It's creepy.
Well, if the king is not interested, will you show your wares to us then?
Actually, before I forget, and he gets a towel and a bathrobe put on him. I actually have something for you in particular. As a student of magic, you may find it useful. And he walks to the side when he's a massive beagle from Zelda backpack is located, and he starts to rumble. One moment. After just 2 minutes, he comes back with a handful of scrolls of parchment. I see, and I feel that you, as a student, would find much more useful than me. Here's the thing. I can't really send this here. The locals aren't interested in magic that isn't from their divine.
Understandable.
Question. Game master to player. This is 4 magic scrolls. Me and Maho are going to work out what spells they contain. But right now, they are just magic scrolls.
Magic scrolls was you can use this spell once, right?
Yeah, it's basically a one-time use, and you have to be able to cast magic to use it.
Okay, good to know.
So basically, anybody here but Fan and HHR can use them. Regardless. He knows a little bit, and he looks over at the rest quite a gang of people we have here, but I'm not going to pry into your business. You have your own thing going on, I have my own thing going on. Yeah.
Okay, then be on your way. Hope to talk to you soon. And how about, and she's just grabbing one dry piece of soap that is laying around and puts it in his pocket. I learned that if you put a piece of soap in your drawer will always smell nice. So how about you keep a piece of soap in your pocket? So you always smell at least decent.
That's not a bad idea. I will have to think of this a bit later. Thank you for your assistance.
You are very welcome.
I think he should keep soap all over his body.
I hope I'm not the only one that, does that. That's what my mom actually taught me. Put a piece of soap in a drawer of clothes, and that way, even if the clothes lay there for a while, they don't smell weird.
So Notel leaves, and the architect attendant that works with him just looks over at the partner he pays well, and that's all I can really say.
Makes sense.
You would be surprised. He for just a wash and a 2-hour bath, he paid a full 3 gold for that service. And
Damn.
Special. Of course, as a royal retainer, you will of course be cleaned for free, if you want to.
Guys, just people exchange money for this service?
The attendant looks over Mark like, yes.
Oh, I see. They must not be important. I get it.
Not like you, of course, princess.
And Soleil just looks at her and she's like, does it mean I can take a bath now? Like a big one?
Darling, any course of action that requires that involves you taking your clothes off is completely fine by me.
Yay! And she immediately starts to take off her clothes. Like, completely disregarding who's present and who's not.
Fan is going to cover Elian's eyes.
Soleil just looks, don't worry. I'm pretty sure he saw more already.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's nothing I've not seen before. Don't worry about it.
Is that the first bath we all take together? Good, the last time we wore towels. So she's just like undressing and then she wraps a towel around herself. She's like, is that better, Fan?
Yes, she uncovers Elian's eyes.
Cal goes, no, yes.
Yeah, the attendants, they are a few nonsense, but like, they are, professional. So, it is around this part that Caldera hears a voice she recognizes. As old man Seneschal said, fuck yeah, this name that he made for him.
Seneschal.
Seneschal old man under Seneschal the Seventh. I hate you because that's a lot of letters I can say.
As soon as she hears that voice, she goes from being very flirty to immediately covering Soleil.
She hears the voice go like, if it isn't Caldera Lagoon as I live and breathe, as he rolls up on his, basically water wheelchair.
Seneschal, my darling, how have you been?
Indeed, being. It has been far too long since we met, my dear.
It has been but the longest week of my life, sir.
Quite so, as it should be. Because, of course, I, Seneschal, have stories to tell you.
Many, many stories, I'm sure, and every hour I am without your presence, I am sure they amass. How can we help you today?
Okay. I think only Harvey will get this. But I reckon, like, after I said I, Seneschal, that I could go. I tried to curious, and I'm of course ready to help.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm not a monster.
Oh, fuck.
That is a reference only me and Harvey get. I am so sorry for everybody else. Moving on from that. And the Seneschal just smiles and nods, and from like the pool also comes up a, Penelope Lake, the assistant of the Seneschal, go like, sir, you're not okay. Hi, she wait with her. Hi, Caldera.
Penelope?
Indeed. And this is where the Seneschal starts to talk, and for anybody who cares to listen, can give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God.
Can I take advantage, given that I have done this a lot?
You get a +5 circumstance bonus.
You mean a will save?
Will save, yes.
You said wisdom, that's why I was.
My...
Force of habit.
27. I am part of, I'm part of this picture of people that talk like this. I'm immune.
That's what
You are genuinely interested in what he is about to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to roll because I'm not interested at all. I'm off doing my own thing.
I apologize. I straight up just woke up. I way overslept.
No, Rasheko. You being here is all that really counts. Like, don't worry about it.
It's fine. We're at a royal building. There are scantily clad fishwomen everywhere. Enjoy yourself.
Yes, there's also a naked woman.
There are several.
Oh,
The Azakedi are very... What's the word I'm looking for? They're not, like, immodest, but, like, clothes aren't, like... Clothes are more of a fashion thing. They're not a necessity.
They're optional, basically.
Yeah. Like, you don't walk around and see naked people on the streets, but if you saw a naked person on the street of Triton, it would not be out of place. There is far less shame in the Triton Nation.
They're San Franciscans.
Yeah, hang on.
That's a joke about the fact that, one time.
I'm fixing stuff for Amy. I should have done this in the week. I am sorry. Anyway, yeah, this girl, he started going on, and like, nobody ever gets the sense that this could either take 10 minutes or the rest of the weekend.
Caldera does not get that sense. Caldera knows this will take the rest of the weekend.
Yeah. And, hang on. Yeah. An indeterminate amount of time later, as he is currently, explaining how he and he alone fought off a horde of kobolds that came to invade from, like, the east. Penelope just passes around. Alright. I think the princess, the queen has had enough right now. We should get back to our own duties, yeah?
No, it's okay, Penelope. I think you should let him finish. What are your own duties? How can we help with those?
Melody steps up to stop the old man from keeping up. Do you want the official or unofficial story?
I would like the true story if it's not too much hassle.
Unofficial it is. When the old king died, there was a splinter in the Lagoon household, as they always are during a inheritance.
Continue.
Everybody you see here, and she motions to like the actually considering rather large number of Akakeki and other like fish people, like we here decided to flee. Either through we have our own means, and we are all safe here. The old Wolfen King has given us sanctuary.
Yes, they have long been our allies, and we were always told that we would have safe haven here should we require it. It was my hope that we would never require it.
There's also the issue that the inheritance in question was a violent uprising, which is kind of the thing that the Wolfen don't really see as legitimate. For all intents and purposes, and as she moves her hands like palms up and hands to the side, we are the official, what do we call it? Official Triton Court in exile.
I see. So you're also all in trouble.
Okay, that we are in, and like she actually takes a moment like, we're not necessarily in trouble, it's just that we cannot go home until further notice. Ignore that in chat, don't worry about it.
Too late, I'm worrying about it.
She looks down at us and like, you, in fact, like, most of you don't really Sanctuaries only. Of course, the Queen Caldera Lagoon and Consort. So and I should mention a little bit like, I never got your last name, but that's not that important, is it?
Well, if I had my way, then soon Lagoon.
Quite so, of course. And and despite Melody usually being a very assertive, no, not Melody, hang on. Yeah, despite Melody usually being a very assertive woman, she is very out of character here. She just bows her head, of course.
She did not expect the princess to fall in love for a non-noble.
Oh, the princess didn't expect the princess to fall in love, but come on, gestures at Soleil. Have you seen this?
Yeah,
she is indeed, as you would say, hot.
Take that as a compliment.
The princess
Soleil
considers punching whoever says that. Not for any form of insult, just that the joke was real bad.
Yeah, hang on. I'm just making sure everything for Amy is as it should be. It is good. And I just realized that I may need to change record. No, I don't. Cool. Yeah, Melody just noticed me like it has been a very worrying time, and if it wasn't for the fact that he put a sign on the phone, and we would of course rally our allies and usurp him again. He was much cleverer than we thought.
I have been apprised of the situation, and as much as I detest his tactics, I agree that the child should not be harmed. She grew up with me, and she knows not what she is in for.
You can see the senator right. It's about to talk, but Penelope puts her hand on his mouth. And then Melody just continues, quite. We have also been appraised on your situation, and while I strong advise against what you are doing, you are your own woman and you need experience.
Yes, as much as I hate to admit it, I doubt I could take Tyrion on as I am right now. I need something. I've not figured out what something is, but I need something first.
She's smiling little like, oh, if we could, we would as well, but quite frankly, out of the royal household, not counting the servants that run with us, there is, and she looks over at there is the local scholar and old crippled war veteran and me. So, not necessarily an army. We are, of course, in talk with the Wolfen to secure a proper military alliance. But
I've never been one to treat with force. But if that's what it takes to protect my people, then that's what I'll do.
Oh, that's also a problem. Reports say that Tyrion is actually a really good regent, but come on, let's not continue this. How have you been? And I imagine that Caldera just retails the campaign event, to keep up what has happened.
Yeah, more or less. We talk through the various necromancy stuff that happened. And then we found a mysterious book and a cane, and then we turned them over. And then we went to the next adventure and we found another mysterious book. So now we've been sent out in search of another mysterious book. My life is getting somewhat repetitive, but hey, I'm gaining experience.
And come again?
Plus, we're finding books, which I'm sure your girlfriend appreciates, even if she's not allowed to read them.
Yes, all of the books have been turned over to the correct authorities to protect them.
Yeah. Hi, Remedy.
How you doing, sweetheart?
Like, so, like, it's just like, yeah, like, she's like playing with her finger in the water. She's like, yeah, they don't even let me read them. They say, you know, it would turn me insane. But I like the tingle of, like, my brain getting fried by not comprehensible knowledge.
Maybe later, darling.
Actually, the thing is, actually, you know, after, you know, he is also here, and for the first time that Caldera has known this man, aka her entire life, he is not giving his own answer, his own, you know, what's it called? Anecdote.
Well, yeah, I doubt there's going to be much call for finding books under the sea.
Oh no, for him, like, this is a man who has been all over the continent, both on land and sea. And he's quiet. He's not even saying, like, how to deal with it, because he is... You can see it on his face, you don't even need a check. He looks a bit scared.
This is very concerning to Caldera.
Yeah.
And Soleil looks at him like, are you okay, Grandpa?
He was having a sleep with one, and he called from it like, "Oh, young king, I am quite good. It's just that had this happened 80 years ago, I would have happily joined you. But being old is pain. Don't get old. Or if you do get old, find some magical MacGuffin that keeps you healthy." And he looks at Alien and goes like, "Oh, you know, be born with good genetics."
Be born an elf.
Yeah, so like just smiles at him like, yeah, that's actually what I'm trying to do. I tried to find a magic that will keep me alive for a long time.
He smiles at me like, "Good." And he looks at the Caldera and he speaks in the second language. Do I tell her?
Don't break her spirit.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part of her.
He knows his mind like, of course. There are ways to become immortal. Some of them are much more gruesome than others. There are some of them you shouldn't do.
Yeah, I know. There are some of them I shouldn't do. I've researched that a lot. The only bad thing is you find the ones you shouldn't do always first. So I haven't found like a one that I'm allowed to do yet.
Yeah, the old man looks over at the robot standing behind you all like, now there's one way, but I don't really recommend that. And no offense.
Yeah, the ones you shouldn't do always seem so much more fun.
Believe me, I have been... Did I tell you about the time? And like, both the woman goes, "Yes, you did. Come on now." and yeah, after Big Mo Banker, these three are being called into the film room, and they leave and leave the group along with nameless attendants. All of them are at least an 8 out of 10 in looks.
Interesting. So Layden just like she does the bird thingy of just like wiggling her feathers to get like the water off, and she just like looks all fluffy now. She's also like still pretty wet, but like she ruffles her feathers over and over again. She's like, they don't want me to become immortal, don't they? I can read a room sometimes.
You see Fengari sitting in a small tea kettle full of water, and he sends over a thought like, there are many ways to become immortal in spirit, not necessarily in body. And like he motions over to one of the Asakeki, who very noticeably have most of the people here are like dressed very lightly. This person has a white linen and white gloves and a tiny white cap, like he goes like, for example, that one follows the medicine goddess, and that was once a person.
Ascending godhood, you say?
Yes, that is a very...
Veer it back real quick.
That is a surprisingly common way to become immortal, just... And actually, he says this in a much more nonchalant way than I could ever do. Just become a god, like... Just become recognized and, sanctioned, and then you get talked about for long enough, and presto, you are officially a saint. Granted, Maho the White Glove was a bit of a, well-known person, and nowadays you have to go through a lot of hoops, but it's not impossible.
Okay. I get it. So potentially, if you become a god, could you make me immortal?
Absolutely. I don't have plans to become a god, but
So like gives him the most like, are you really look? Like she looks at him like, you know what deals you made with me. Are you really not considering becoming a god at the end?
Of course I am. But there are many ways to, have things work out. Just because I want to be a god doesn't mean I will become a god.
Well, you have chances than becoming a god than me, and if you become a god, you will remember that I helped you with that, and then you will grant me my wish at the end. Right? That's how deals work.
Cross the heart. And like you can't see it, but like he moves up a wing, and like through this entire thing, this is all happening mentally, and these two are just looking at each other.
Yeah, and Celeste is just like nodding. She's like, okay, next goal for potential way to be immortal found. Let's get dry. Like that, she just shouted that out. She just like, okay, now I know a way to get immortal, and stands up and just like goes and find a way to dry herself off.
And looking back the time a little bit, Copy.
Yo.
Would your character want to be washed?
Probably.
Yeah. In that case, if your attendants will come up, take off the armor, take your weapons and also wash them.
Yeah,
and,
I feel like in the age that we're in, the Azakedi would definitely have learned to clean and treat machines.
Oh, absolutely. And machines are much more rare than, flesh bags. But, they know, like, not to go too deep. And one of them, sees the core that is, the soulstone, and that just goes like, can we take that out, or would that be very bad?
To take what out?
The soulstone that basically powers the robot up.
I'll put it to you this way. You can literally submerge me in water right now, and I would be fine. You take the shard out, I would not be fine.
That's good. And as she snaps her fingers, and one of the pools starts to rise up as a water elemental. Move over HHR and just basically do a deep scrubbing. And I can check your smile and look over at her like, it is quite marvelous what water can really do.
Indeed.
Small note.
Does Cal manage to not make an innuendo there?
He's a featureless robot, my guy.
Hot.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of water elemental this is, because there are a lot of different ones. That's a huge creature. It is a living waterfall, if we are going mechanically. Basically a water elemental. Anyway. Yes, I checked the after, everyone been clean, the weapons have also been clean, and the armor has been, cleaned, and, what do you call it when you, like, put a hooked iron and, like, take away all the sprinkles?
Ironing.
Ironing, thank you. Basically ironing everything out. And as the door to the blue room opens to let you out, you hear an angry voice come from the throne room, going, "For the last time, no, you in the north decided to move there. You cannot come down here whenever you need assistance. You have to deal with things yourself." And one of the guards just looks at her like the king is angry.
What, again?
He looks at you like, it has been a trying week for us all. Especially since the cold of the north came down here.
Come down here.
Cold in the north be like, don't make me come down there.
Here? Come again?
I asked, why did it come down?
The guard just clicked his back. Right, so he looks at all of you and goes like, confidential, there are stuff going on up there. If the king wishes for you to know, you will know.
Hayden's gonna lean down to Than and go, "Sounds like he needs a queen."
Feel free to... These are the kind of places where feel free to make any form of check you would want, because, yeah, this is the kind of place where, I would expect people to ask, like, for checks.
Okay, let me quickly.
Yeah, this would be what, like a society or a history?
A society, Maha.
Or perception, maybe. Like, no.
Maha.
Yes.
Maha. If you go to your lore skills, you may have noticed I added a new lore skill for you.
Yeah, I have the skill nerd now.
Feel free to use that. Basically any potential.
That's tragic.
Can I use it? No, you know what? That is just the thing I was not interested in. I take this nat 1.
Yeah. No, come to that. I'll come back to that. Basically any skill you may see as relevant, like society, you can use perception to see if he is lying. You can use deception if you have the lie to me feat. Crafting, arcana, you name it. As long as you can, convince me.
Make a reasonable connection.
Let's see. This is a king, and I've got royalty. Is it? Let me have a look.
Yes. If you give a society check, you will have a +1 circumstance bonus.
Think.
Actually, no. For all your checks here, you have a +1 circumstance bonus.
I don't seem to have Triton law or royal law.
Yeah,
But I'll make society. Actually, no, this is perfect for diplomacy.
I will add them over here because things went a bit wonky.
That is a 20 using diplomacy, given that
8.
man literally king.
Yeah, this is a god you're talking to, but same, yeah. Does anybody else have any,
Is this an old god? Have they been around for a while?
Oh, it's a god, I think.
a god? I think
Guard.
I think a man.
Bodyguard. Yeah.
I think a man standing there with like a halberd and armor.
The
Not
old
the
gods have risen. Fear them. Why? They've only got a halberd. They're geriatric. They can't get us.
Yeah.
I'm trying to BS my way into using ancient history.
Feel free to use ancient history.
It's an old problem that's causing
How-
stress.
How old is this old god?
Look, hang on. I'm fixing things for Amy.
By
Let's
the way,
go.
One.
not that one.
Does it have anything to do with dragons?
For the same check.
Yes, I would like to roll ancient history to determine what this old god knows. The 21-year-old god, who looks like he doesn't shave yet.
Harry.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the problem has to do with dragons? Okay, I'm gonna use my Lord Dragon skill. 5.
Okay, so, okay, Engel, are you making any rolls at all?
I was wondering, with my rebuild, I'm not part of the Bright Lines anymore, am I?
No, you're not.
No, okay.
If you want to, I can make it happen.
No, I'll leave that out now. No, I'm not interested in all this stuff. This is to Alien. This is boring. I'm not paying any attention to anything that's happening.
Yeah. So, I'm going to start with Selene and HSR because this is personally why usually you do hidden roles. Since you all know, like, Selene, you know that up here in the north, there are a bunch of, evil and cold creatures and whatnot. And you also know that the north is also teeming with dragons. Like you have learned in school that you can't go like a village over without stumbling over a new dragon. It's very annoying for many people. HHR, you would know that you go back into your like memory bank, and it's completely blank. You can't remember shit of what is going on up here, which is weird.
Happens. Soleil just like looks at him and like she has like this very like blank stare, and then you just see that she's just got uninterested in the question she asked herself. So she's just like, we will figure out if we go in, right?
Yeah, quite so. Caldera and Fan. Actually, let's start with Fan. You know that way back in the day, like this is something that the Golden One has talked about. Dragons used to rule the northern part of the continent. But then the Neverborn showed up. He didn't go into detail what the Neverborn was, only that they basically showed up and kicked a lot of ass.
Some people would have preferred the ass eaten, but...
Congel, you would know that this guard is definitely he knows, and you can tell that from what you know from the wolf, and that was already established. When the prince is not home, it's usually when like okay, and let me rephrase that. When the royal family is not home in the Bjorn home castle, it means that there is a lot going on by the border. And you can connect the dots that if the northern people had come down here, it means that they were, attacked and driven out of their homes. Okay, to translate that into like more easily understandable ways. Shit bad.
Shit hit the fan.
Yes.
People have to deal with that now. So Layden just like looks at Caldera. Is it really bad? Just like, it's bad, right?
Have you ever met anybody very proud to live where they live?
Yeah?
You will never meet anybody more proud than the Wolfen. If they have moved, there's a problem.
How much do we want to bet that they asked us to help at some point?
Well, I don't see anybody else important enough around here to help.
The guard looks over at you and just ushered you into the film room because, the king did ask for you. I don't have any artwork, but because surprise, there aren't many, barren film rooms art around here. All the film rooms are, very decorated and beautiful and whatnot. Anyway.
Also, specifically the question of just, have you ever been, proud of where you live? It's just no. No, I haven't.
Indeed.
You can tell that's a loaded question. For haters, specifically.
I found an artwork. I'm going to really quickly have some form of representation here.
Oh wait, we're talking about in game? Oh yeah. Than's real proud of her tiny island home.
Ooh.
And what event was it that led you to leave your shores? Because it's always an event, isn't it?
Yeah, it was called the Hero's Day.
Yeah. Fang, I think, is the only character who went to Hero's Day specifically for the festivities.
Yeah.
Well, then.
Well, I just wanted the books.
Thank you for unproving my point.
There is no tragic backstory. I'm here because I want it to be.
Hopefully this will work. Cool. I'm going to really quickly change the aspect ratio a bit. Feel free to continue yapping.
Yeah. So Layden just looks. On one hand, I should maybe visit the place where most of of my people live. At the same time, I'm scared. Look at me. I don't want to be on a volcano island all the time with no books because I need to be scared that they're burned.
Yes, a volcanic isle does sound ghastly.
You're making fun of me right now, don't you?
My dear, the average person is 70% water. I am approximately 92. A volcanic isle sounds ghastly.
She's like, and
93
like,
in the bedroom.
yeah, Soleil's just hugging her. Oh, I like when you steam. It's really nice, and just like hugs her, and like it's really warm.
Caldera begins to steam.
Yeah, and she's like, her feathers are just like getting all poofy because of that. She's like, "Eee, I like that."
What did I do to deserve you?
You were nice to me, and you didn't call me a fire hazard.
Yes, it's sad that that's the barrier to entry nowadays, isn't it? Niceties and not setting fire to things.
Not setting fire to anything. Really.
Not intentionally,
Usually.
my dear, not intentionally.
Yeah.
I mean, you sure set fire to her heart.
Even though I really
So-
like
How-
burning things.
That's so cringe. And she takes a notebook out of her pocket and writes it down.
Hang on. Yes, indeed. I found a decent enough artwork for me to use here. Activate the scene. I don't have much in the way of tokens. This will have to do. This is a concept art from Crusader Kings 3.
Looks sufficiently barren. I mean, the only other thing that you'd probably be able to get for a barren throne room would be, Game of Thrones, which...
Yeah. You will notice that represented by the Kono Hunter token is a small group of Kono people. The Kono are hyena/dog people. And the king on the throne, he is an older gentleman, like, not as old as the senator, but definitely in like his 50s, maybe 60s. He looks down at the northern corner, going like, "For you are here on a task to help," and he looks up at the group like, About time you showed up.
We're here.
Yes.
My most
There you go.
sincere apologies. I was conversing with my people, as you might understand. It's been a while since I've been able to have any contact with my own, pick up news of my homeland and such.
He makes a small bow. Of course. I meant no disrespect.
He makes a
Yeah.
very deep bow. None taken, your liege.
Please, no. Like he actually cringes a little bit at the bow, like, haven't they cooked? Anyway, right. And one of the bodyguards of the king steps up. Like they are dressed again, like full plate armor. You can't see their eyes. You can't, see any skin or anything like. And go like, right, so. Queen Caldera Lagoon. You have been taught by the Adventuring Guild to go and find the books of the Necromancer.
Correct?
We sent for them because a few of them. Let me say, one of them, not a few, because somebody, and I see they look over at the delegation, somebody lost them.
To open her mouth and be like, how? And then she's just closing her mouth again, and she's like, accidents happened.
the colonial leader, I'm desperately going to my Facebook to find the artwork because a few days ago I accidentally just deleted a lot of images from my computer. The colonial leader, a woman who is a great color, like she is absolutely towering over the rest. She holds she's also like not very well dressed, like basically just like a bee skin over her like private parts and stuff. My brain. She looks like it was not lost, it was stolen from us. We only managed to get here by the skin of our teeth, and you, King, refuse aid when we asked for it, as is the ancient treaties. The king just, rubs his nose bridge and just looks over at Caldera like, in a way of, you are lucky you are not me right now.
Selena just like looks at those people and then she's like, so I see there's tension here. Do we have any like hints direction we could like start our adventure?
The colonial leader, and I found the artwork. I'm going to really quickly make an NPC token of her. She steps up a bit closer to the rest, like, my name is Tulip. I am responsible for the loss, and I would gladly come with you to recover the tome, of course. It is my duty as the leader of the tribe, yes?
It certainly is, I think. And then she just looks over at Caldera and the rest of the group. We should definitely like sit together and make a plan about how we tackle it, and maybe what resources we may need in our travels. And then she looks at Caldera like, please help, I don't know what else I should say, I'm nervous.
Before Caldera can give a company, King just waves her hand like, if there isn't anything more you can do, please leave this film room. We are in dire need to talk about that information.
Does he say that to the group of people that he was not
Everyone can hear it.
Okay.
Everyone.
Just like, oh, that was short. She just bows down.
As Soleil turns around, Cal just grabs her dress and pulls her back.
Like, oh, sorry. She does a curtsy.
Well, hopefully. Oh, right, fine. I'm also going to hopefully link this image in chat. There you go. Go by my friend Ikyaku on Instagram. Okay, so this film room is full of different people. Anyway, a part of me just wants to end the session here, but it's only been 2 hours. So, I am going to just give everybody here free reign to move around the castle, talk to people, converse with like staff and whatnot to formulate a plan.
Alright, so what is the plan we need to formulate? What are we being pointed towards here?
Yeah. The Tulip, the colonel leader, take the group into like a side room. I'm returning to the castle map because I feel the film room is not really fit for that. And she takes out a few maps of like the region. Hopefully, this will work. If not, I will be really, really angry. Activate. Hopefully, you can see a big map in front of you.
We do see a big map in
Yes.
front of us.
Hell yeah. And she rolls up this. She rolls up the map of like the western Wolfen land. Right, so. As we, okay, first of all, who here don't know of the northern Congo people? I'm not judging, I'm just making sure everybody's on the same page.
I'm going to make the strong assumption that I am aware of them.
Make me a society check. A blind girl.
Did you eat any more in the night?
Society blind.
You don't know anything too specific of the northern Congo, but you do know that the Congo people as a whole are hyena and dog people who usually tend to roam in what do you call it, nomadic tribes. What makes the northern special from like the southern and western and eastern, you don't really know.
Well, from what I've heard of your people, the females take a, let's say, dominant role in love, in
government.
Government, yes. And the fact that Cal says, from what I know, and not, hey, is it true that your guys, your girls have dicks? Cal knows.
Yeah, anyway, she to make a small note, like, in extreme short, the Northern Congo were some of the first people to settle the land, or rather live here. About, like, she went to her, like, many generations ago, it got really cold. We don't really know what happened, but what we do know is that far in the north, like, she basically draws a figure up, like, beyond the map. Far in the north, demons, fae, devils, etc. start to come out and wreck shop. The book is in there, in the wasteland. That's the good news.
Okay, so we have a location. At least that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Can't help but notice the location is all the way up there in the north, where it's particularly cold.
And not only cold, it will also be filled with all kinds of neverborn. Devils, demons, fae, demons. A few elementals as well.
Demons and faes. So, like, just interrupts her. Like, I always wanted to meet them.
And, like, it could just not understanding of the ignorance, like, of course.
Ignorance. That is, yeah, like, you know, like, very pure interest in this matter.
Just do a private roll to see if Cal knows about the Fae. Cal just puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "You don't want to meet them, sweetheart."
Cal would know of, like, there are Fae that, do, bargains and tricks and whatnot. Basic, she knows the basics.
Cal would know that the DM hasn't invented the Fae in this one yet.
Cal would know that the Fae do exist, but they are very different from the traditional Fae. And Cal just knows, right, so the trick up north, we know it is at the base of Mount Haram, where the book is. And we know this because, and she touches one of the bones on her arm, like, Uncle Iro told us so.
he told you so you're not certain?
Anyone else strongly craving tea?
Make
Here's my
everyone sad
plan.
right now.
We have a way to speak with the dead. And he knows a lot of stuff.
Ah. I usually don't talk with dead. I'm causing death, though.
That is a very good attitude to have in this land.
You see Caldera's fingers twitch as she remembers strangling.
Like, okay. So like, it's just like checking Caldera's clothes, like the winter clothes they have. She's like, and just like she's like buttoning it up it even more. It's like, you need to stay warm. We can cuddle away, but like, I don't want you to get a cold.
Cal's already got her arms around you.
To just smile a little bit and continue as she talks with the whole group, like, the road up north will be treacherous through the Iron Hill and Vietnam, and she makes a motion of like a map, like, this is also an outdated map. I realize I have been through these lands recently. Regardless, it will be long and not very perilous. We of course like she rub her nose like my mother was much better at this. Ignore that. We will be going with caravan, the adventuring guild of I think it's a bit like fishing. The adventuring guild of fishing has paid for a caravan up north.
Always
Officially-
there to load to give a helping hand. Perfect. When do we start?
Technically, here's the thing. If the book hadn't been lost, you would have been done by now. But because got the thing got lost, it's going to take a week for supplies to get here and for more guards to show up. The caravan itself will contain about 50 people, give or take, you included.
I see. So we have to wait for a week now until we can actually start doing things.
And consider it a week of preparation. Don't sit yucky. Just read up on the land, read up on the customs of the people here. Not every like she looks down at Fang. Not all the goblins here in the north act like the southern ones, and same goes for all the people, but especially the goblins. They are how do you put this? They are very xenophobic.
So Layden just looks at So Layden just looks at the group. You know what that actually means? That means we can now go into a bar and challenge some people to a drinking contest and making money. And then I can read books! Great! So it's a vacation week! And she's just like taking Caldera's hand. Let's go on a date!
Than's just like, oh god.
And then she looks at Elian. We will go take samples what the people up here like to drink, and I will give the information to you and your trusty spoon.
Awesome.
It's gonna mostly be mead.
Yes.
Society can check for anybody who are curious.
We don't know that yet. That's why we're going to a bar for a drinking contest.
You know what? Let's do this. Anybody who wants to have a drinking contest.
Well, society check real quick.
Yeah, you would know that one beer, basically a lot of malt drinker up here Frank would know through, like, being on a Craig Island. Like, the Wolfen people have a saying, and that is that the sudden decadence knows no bounds. They basically like their alcohol is very simple. You know, mead, beer, ales and whatnot.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It would be surprising to find wine up here.
Fine.
So there's an untapped
Sorry,
market.
Caldera.
Yeah.
No, okay, it's not that. Oh, hey, it's untapped market, and more if you have wine, nobody will buy it because it's considered like southern and really, what do we call it?
Posh.
Ganky and like
Limp-wristed?
I suppose like it can be. I don't think I have the English word for it.
Snobby.
Yeah, snobby. They see wine as like, oh, you're from the south. You probably only work like 6 hours a day because it's too warm and whatnot.
6 hours? That's barbaric.
Yeah, up here in the north, we drink alcohol. We have snow bath, and very like
Now
we
I
drink real country beer around here.
now I even more want to go into like some bar that looks like rundown, find the biggest guy that sees that I'm a southerner bitch, and then the moment he makes fun of me, I'm challenging him to a drinking contest and prove to him that he is a little whiny baby.
Speaking of the rundown bar, you were all given an address when you set out from Kishing about a tavern that was run by a relative of Alexander Blanc. It takes a little while to get there because while you are walking, because the carriage isn't driving you there. And the second, go on.
So we don't have a carriage yet.
I know, you have a carriage to the castle, and you're going to have a carriage when you leave the city, but the good thing is that this is a very walkable city.
With always 90-degree angled streets.
Yes, and basically everything is a grid, and that for HSR, who grew up in one of the world cities, this is the most natural thing for you. And for everybody else, this is really weird.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why are the roads so straight?
You get used to it.
That's fine. If the roads are straight, it means we have a harder time getting lost. Okay, so and then she's holding the like the directions that are leading us to this place, and you see that Soleil is holding them upside down.
Okay.
Not because she's stupid, but because she was not paying attention to the card at all. She was just holding it.
Let's make this fun. Do I notice that you're holding them upside down? What's my perception? I do not notice that you're holding them upside down.
No. You do notice it, but by then you have already walked so much that you are completely lost.
I noticed that you're holding them upside down. I turned the map around, and now it looks completely different, and we have no idea where we were on it.
Yeah.
Should I take the map?
Yeah, you can just take it from her hand. She's just from her claws. She was so like engulfed with talking with the others that she was not noticing that she was holding it upside down and giving direction.
This could have been very easily avoided if you just asked for directions. But now...
Peter's just gonna sigh and, like, just gently take the map from her.
Oh, I was holding it upside down. Now it makes sense that I couldn't read the language. I was wondering if it was written in the language I didn't learn yet.
I recommend taking a small break here because I am getting very eepy, and I do want to do this part before we, call.
We can.
Well, we are
can,
30 seconds off of the scheduled break, so it's entirely up to you.
30 seconds or 30 minutes?
Seconds.
Yeah, there we go then. This is a perfect time to take a break, isn't it?
Yes.
Alright, you heard the man. We are going to go and take a break. When we get back, we will be doing more Erie Tales, question mark?
Yes, there is at least, I think, half an hour at the very least.
At least half an hour. Alright, we'll see you in about
So
5 or 10 minutes. We're going to go and get a drink and enjoy watching stream in the meantime. Mwah.
Pika.
And then I said,
have
that's not a
prepared.
punchline I haven't prepared. That's my wife.
That's not short. That's my wife.
No, if you say my wife, very short.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
fair.
just- We recently talked about it. I'm short.
Yeah, like,
Like normally I would say I'm average, but again, compared to you all, I'm just short.
listen.
Everyone's
actually-
short compared to Octavia.
As we all know, sizes is everything. If it works, then anyway. Because of the shenanigans with the map and this being a rather unique place, it takes you half the day. Like, let's say you enter the city in the morning, and it's now like 3 in the afternoon, maybe. And I can make it to the inn. I'm trying to find a good map for it, but I can't find anything good.
You don't need a map for everything.
Ooh.
Just take my example and just do everything that you don't have prepared there for the mind.
Fair. So,
You're a writer. Describe what we see.
that is very true, but also my voice. So, like, what you expected from, like, the place is named the Golden Scale.
Indeed.
And so, you know that it is run by a relative of Alexander Burns, which is why you get to stay there for free. And the way he explained it a few, like, what was like a month ago now, was it was a rundown place that really needed a business because, you know, it has fallen on hard times, the old owner has died, and, you know, the, what you call it? You know, it's been better days. And what you see in front of you, like after, you know, eventually you find the place, it is an old, like, the place is clearly was like a different building before. Like, very clearly that from the outside, this used to be something else. It's made out of wood, which is somewhat unusual here. It's painted red with white corners. You know, white around the door frame. Ooh. It is a few stories high, you know, not like very tall, but you know, tall. And what surprises you the most is that there are warm lights coming out from the windows and you can hear soft music playing. Hey, you expected, like, you expected from what Alexander Brown said, oh, this place was like a week from being destitute, but this looks like an average tavern, nothing peculiar going on. It is expected and expected, yes.
Okay, so I see, I get it. So we just look at it and it doesn't look that awful as Alexander described it to us. It's like, okay, there are only 2 options. Option number 1, since the last time they talked to Alexander, they you know, invested time and money into their business. Or option number 2, they have corpses in their basement. What do we want to prepare for?
Prepare for the worst, expect the best.
Words I live by.
By the way,
So,
Mitch,
like-
if you want to, you can use the map that I sent in the campaign chat.
Maybe later, that's a really good one, but maybe later. Thank you for that though. I was mostly trying to find an outdoors picture.
Mm.
Do you enter the tavern, the Golden Scale, and you notice that the sign across the door the name is a pun, because it's both golden scales as in the dragon scales, but also scales as in a merchant scale.
I would say we go in.
Fan.
It was just
Why
a
do I get
question: do
so
we
much?
get in with our hands on our weapons, just to be sure? And people were like, "We expect the worst. No, we expect the best, but we're prepared for the worst." So Starlight just like opens the doors, and hopefully she's not getting shushed out because she's on fire. She's like, "Good day, hello," and just like holds the door open for the entire party to enter.
Also, Than's gonna look at the sign and be like, why do I get the feeling that my teacher had something to do with that?
Well, ancient
like the
ancient
kind of
beasts
thing
like
that-
dragons are very involved in lore, and the people worship them. I mean, there's a tavern in my in near the capital of Triton called the Scarlet Siren. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just well known.
Makes sense. Oh, I wish a tavern would be named after me. Then she looks at Caldera. What would you name a tavern that should be like named after me?
I
Question,
imagine the flaming harpy, but I don't imagine that would take well underwater.
Question. Do you all say this as you're walking inside?
Oh yeah, we're just like
Well,
chit-chatting as we walk in.
Yeah. The inside of the tavern is... it is surprisingly average, with wooden floor, oak floor, and a few tables here and there. It's not necessarily packed, but it's not deserted either. Behind the counters stands a very tall dragon blood character, that is Pathfinder's like dragon people. He has a golden scale, which would be the bug. And he looks up and smiles widely like, you must be yes, you must be those people, yes, correct? I am sworn to secrecy. I can't tell the name, of course.
My darling, the amount of times people have erratically pointed at me and accused me of being one of those people is very few, but in this instance, I believe we are the ones you were awaiting. The librarians, I believe our moniker has become?
Quite so. He steps out from behind the counter. This man is... it is very clear that his ancestry is that of a Minotaur. He is large. And he...
Big.
Yeah, in map size, he would cover a 10 by 10 square.
I just lean down to
Light.
Soleil and say, you need to be very glad I'm a lesbian at this exact moment in time.
And what does Soleil do? She's like on her claws and she goes like a little bit on the tippy toes, tries her best to be taller than Caldera. I can be tall too. I can even fly. I can fly higher than he is tall.
I'll put my hand around your waist and just pick you up. Of course you can, my dear. Wee! Wee!
Yeah.
Look, who's my big girl? Who's my big girl?
The man just smiles at me like, yeah, my uncle did tell you about it. As you can see, this is the golden scales, and you are here to, of course, rest as long as you need.
I'm sorry, Uncle.
Yeah,
Alexander
technically-
Bronze is older than, and she looks up, than you?
Yes, my father, his brother used to run this tavern until about he counts on his fingers. 2 winters ago.
He only has 2 fingers. That's so cool.
Shush. He smiles at me like, I took over and, picked up the place. Changed the name. The old name was just like PR Nightmare. And, for
Dare I
the last 2 years,
ask?
it was the, and he actually looks around and he knows his voice. And something I want to make very perfectly clear. This is a man, when he speaks at least 10 decibels higher than everybody else in the room. So
Just due to lung capacity.
his whisper, it would be, you talking normally. The old place used to be called the stable because it used to be a stable. My father had negative inspiration.
I see. Even I'm more creative than that.
Here's the thing, here's the thing. When you are named the stable, you get a very particular clientele. Mostly centaurs, coming here with expectations. When they were not met, they were trouble.
I think I know what you mean. There were similar expectations at the Scarlet Siren. I had many good nights there.
So Light's just like silent for a moment, stares between of them, and then she very bluntly and not in a quiet word, "Oh, they thought it was a brothel!"
Then just chokes on air. Just like, Christ, I'm trying to say this quiet thing out loud.
The sound
Petition to rename this episode The Quiet Thing Out Loud.
The sound in the inn instantly turns quiet as everybody turns to Chanel.
Yeah, she was like snapping her claws and she looked so proud to figure that out. And she's like, "Oh, right, don't say the quiet part out loud."
That was rather loud, sweetheart. That was not saying the quiet part out loud. That was screaming the quiet part.
The dragon walked near his throat like, the southern people may use brothels and whatnot, but up in the north we have no need for such decadence. Regardless, now he snapped his hands together. Anybody who wants to can make a mere slave with 42 saving throw from the sound.
A what saving throw?
Fortitude.
Oh, I thought you said 42.
Not 20.
With sound effects, apparently.
Apparently.
Apologies to everybody in stream who didn't hear that, but there was a fanfare there.
Yeah, because I rolled a 20 with a plus 10, so I got a natural. I got a dirty 30.
A dirty 30? Alright, let me make my 42 saving throw. That is a 15, even though I rolled a 3. I love my fortitude.
Oh yeah, you're a kinetic. You should know it. Yeah, the snap basically, Caldera and Soleil, you have a bit of earache from that snap. Fan, HHR, you have heard nothing particular.
I mean, I've heard a dragon's roar.
You managed to mute yourself real quick.
Yeah. And also, nothing particular. For Fan, you were, ready for this kind of stuff. You like instantly put a finger up your ear because this is normal.
Yeah.
His ear wings are just like flapping frantically, and then they just shiver a little bit. She's like, "Ah."
Fan's locks also just like blast back with the wind, and I imagine you just go, "Eat."
The man just might have died. So, the food won't be on the tab, but of course you are adventurous and you will be happily supporting the local business, correct?
We will pay Okay, I want to look around the room and see if anyone that, literally learned very quickly through Soleil's outburst of knowledge she shouldn't have shared, who looks like they're like, oh no, it's Southerners, the kind
Who is the most gullible bastard in the room?
Okay,
Yeah.
so you would notice there are three things you notice, and this isn't even like a check, because Soleil is a well-traveled nerd. She notices three things. The first thing, everybody here is armed. Everybody here has at least a dagger or a light hammer. That's a bit unusual, but this house also have armed people. The second, almost everybody here is a human. That's the most weird part, honestly.
Also, I just want to quick mention, I'm not paying for food. I have a spoon to make soup.
Yeah, I really get to that. And the third part that you notice is that and everybody here seems to be just, more blonde than, other people you have met. Taller, wider, more muscular, etc.
Oh, that is great. Okay. So, who of those people that are seeing they're sitting looks the most pissed at me, or like gives me the look of like, they would be easily taunted to do something fun together?
The answer is yes. These are basically, I want you to imagine somebody came down from Italy to Germany and just trash talked the local football teams and like all of their like beers and whatnot. Yeah. And basically there are all kinds of, again, there are a few groups here. Again, mostly human. Who are just,
Okay, I know exactly how I get one of them to come up to me and be like, I'm big buff dude, and I will put this little girl in her place. So Soleil's just like, oh, of course. Can you give us like some alcohol? Like, we want to taste like the local taste.
The miner smiles and just nods, and he walks back to the bar, and you notice as he walks that the path he walks is especially reinforced with like extra strong wood.
I'm gonna quickly be right back. I've got to sort that out now.
Absolutely. Anyway, he gets behind the bar and just pours up at least a few drinks, and there is a man at the front of the bar that looks over to Soleil and just goes like, typical.
And she's just like, she just like turns to him and she gives like, makes those huge bird eyes. Just like, she looks now incredibly cute. Like, oh, what's typical? Enlighten me, I'm not from here.
It is typical that somebody like you would act the way you did.
Oh, and what is that? She's leaning onto her claws in a cute way. Don't let her have that.
Pan's gonna walk away, just like, I don't want any part of this.
He takes a sip from his beer and just he speaks with a very audible sneer. Your plane touched.
Oh, thank you. That is the cutest insult I ever got. But sadly, I'm not pretty faced by this. And then she takes a sip from the alcohol, looks at him. As little as I'm faced by the strength of this alcohol. You guys drink really weak stuff, don't you?
Hater, like, literally, like, his head snaps to her. It's like, oh.
Wait, no. Let me go into compendium. Let me see. Where is the Is it you? Sure, that works. One moment, I need to also open this character sheet. He will look over at you, and you get a very good look at his face. He is a bit. The first thing you notice, even from afar, is that he has white hair, which either means that he's either old or has like some form of genetics going on. He's also dressed in, quite plain, like just a tunic, but you notice a bit late that he has full metal gloves on himself. So that if he was willing to, he would punch and it would hurt.
Yeah. Soleil doesn't want to like start like a punch fight. I saw your message, Ethan. I will hydrate 1 second. And Soleil just like looks at him and she's just like, "Hey, if you guys cannot handle your alcohol too well, sorry, my brain's so good.
Yeah.
If you cannot handle your alcohol too well, that's totally fine." And she's just taking another sip.
He looks over at you and and looks over at like his eyes go like from like your feet to your like head, and you're like, "What do you want?"
Aww. No, hear a little bit about the local stuff, and then she's just like playing with her claw over the brim of her glass, making like this like glass sound when you go. Maybe you're paying for our drinks,
I don't. He sighs a little bit and go like, "You're not from here. That is very clear. And I take it that your shield wife over there wouldn't really want anything to get between you." And he nods towards Fang for some reason.
Oh, fuck.
So I will make things very clear. And he takes his tankard, drinks it, and then looks into life like, if you pay for half the drink, sure, let's have a challenge. If you lose, we go upstairs together, alone.
Me? And she just like looks at Caldera, and like her eyes are more of a like, so he, like the look they're not just exchange. It's more of a, so I go upstairs to beat him up kind of thing. Like she has this like very innocent look on her face. She's like, "Sure thing." And then she looks at Caldera. "What do you think should we get if I win?"
That is not a deal I am happy with you making, my sweetheart. And Callie's just gonna like walk over to him, put like a hand on his chest, imply anything of the sort again, and I will see that you don't breathe any longer than is required of you.
And he will look at the hand and just raise one good glove like, fair enough. I was unaware that you were her shield wife.
I'm gonna Kater will step in the moment. It's like that. Listen, they're not from around here. They don't know how things work.
And Soleil's like, shushing, shush. We almost have a deal here. Okay.
And then Cal is shushing Soleil.
And the man takes off Congress and like, fine. Can go. How's that for a start? No, nothing implicit. Clearly you are occupied with that.
Yeah, yeah.
The bargain of 10 gold, who can drink the other under the table?
Great, that sounds like a plan.
Much more amenable.
Oh, no, wait. I want to add one more thing. I'm willing to pay 15 gold if I lose. You only have to pay 10 gold, but if you lose, you will tell us everything about the local businesses here. Who's running them? What are their specialities? What people want in this city? Okay.
He sounds a little bit like, fine.
Eat. Okay, bartender, you heard it. Give us all the alcohol.
Yeah. I have a question. I'm gonna check something real quick.
If I remember correctly, you as long as you need to roll above a 12.
Yeah.
To not be affected by alcohol. I have a plus 12 and fortitude save.
Yeah.
I'm basically not able to get drunk. That's why I challenged him.
Okay. So.
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know that.
He also has no clue. So.
Oh fuck.
How I am going to do this is that there is a time skip, like a hard cut if this was a movie. Of like the moon is now outside. There are tankers and glasses that just going over the bar. So then you're getting a bit tipsy, but like nothing. You know, you've been drinking for hours at this point. You should have been dead if you weren't a kineticist. And the man just stumbles his bit and goes like, You're very good at this, aren't you?
Never did that type of thing before, but apparently I am.
How can you sting?
Oh, it's...
And I imagine he leans to the side and one of you just pokes him and he falls to the ground.
Yeah, like Soleil's just like pokes him a little bit and he falls down. She's like, "Aw, fell asleep. How cute. I guess I won. Okay, let's write a little note." And she like takes out paper, writes a note of like, well, you passed out first. Bartender can confirm. I won. I will meet you tomorrow when you're sober again. The bird lady. And just like slips that note into his jacket coat or whatever.
Yeah. So the barman just looks down at the podcast man like, could have sworn he had a bigger stomach than that, but it has been a few hours. You're
Dan. Can't believe Soleil just got away with fucking murder.
Oh, he's not dead. And she's checking his pulse real quickly. No, he's not dead yet.
Hal, still harboring a grudge, just goes, yes.
Maha.
Yes.
Proficiencies. Medicine. Untrained.
Yeah.
No, you can't tell.
Well, she pretends she can. She definitely pretends like she can.
So, at the party hustle, I imagine during this entire time there is like music playing, there's talking. You know, it has been hours. And as the night truly sets on the inn of the Golden Stairs, we call this the episode for today. As the package that should have been delivered has not been due to an unfortunate delay.
Oh, we are destined to find it anyway, so we will get it at some point.
Thank the title of the video or episode.
Okay, thank you everyone for watching. This is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed the drinking contest. I just thought I just wanted this to happen. Like even if it would have ended in a draw, I just thought it would be really funny when a small girl is just like going to a buff guy and is just drinking him under the table.
Absolutely. It is a fun dynamic.
Also now she gets information that Alien needs for the wine business or the alcohol business we want to tap into.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
Yeah, literally that's why Soleil started this. She wanted to know like a local information about who's like providing people.
I am not going to write all of that down. I'm just going to say that you get the information in the morning.
Okay, then this tipsy bird has to go up with her fish waifu now. So
They're gonna be very noisy.
no,
Audibly, it's like you drank all that and you're only tipsy.
One final thing. As you know, you're all going into the rooms. You all of course have separate rooms because this place has some dignity. Apart from Soleil and Caldera, of course.
I don't know. We still have separate rooms. We just don't use them.
Yeah. As you walk into your rooms, you notice, and like this is like a free thing because these are kind of common in like inns and stuff. And you notice at the edge of the door frames are small rooms of silence, meaning that no sound escapes from the rooms.
and murder. Noted. So I could have went up with this guy, murdered him, because that was Soleil's plan if he just drags her upwards. She didn't even consider that he wanted something else. She thought, oh, he wants to go upstairs so he can beat me up, so I can burn his face away. Great. Okay. So, now that this was dealt with, thank you everyone for watching. Remember, little sparks, you're the reason I can shine. I hope to see you all again very, very soon. Remember, tomorrow is when nothing happens, is the Weeps Talk about Weeps Quest. We will talk about the process we made in our different projects. Amy will be the one talking the most because she just killed it. She just made something so incredible. We were looking forward to it.
I don't know, I've just seen the way this hair's wobbling.
Well, I saw enough to know that I did less work than you did.
Today was fun, and as usual, these sessions are a bit shorter, but you know what, I like it that way.
We'll say bye-bye.
See you all later. Do I stay live? I'll tell you what, I'm a call stream here. And if I want to go live later, I will do. It will be with more live duty. Toodaloo!